Is it?
We're good.
Did you lie to me?
Mom,
oh, we're on. I forgot we're delayed. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Thursday night live stream. So tonight we have some fun stuff going to happen. We are going to go over the colors of the Alaskan Klee Kai. One of the things I know a lot of people ask about is, you know, the whites, and we don't see them very often, or how come we don't see as very many reds, that type of thing. And so I want to go over that tonight, but I also made a quick slideshow of a bunch of different, or one puppy specifically, quit chewing on me, that changed over the last, I think it was 5 months, so that you guys can see exactly all of the different changes that took place on this gray puppy, which I think will be amazing. Another amazing thing is, if you guys remember last week, we said, how cool would it be if I had a monitor so I could see all of your comments? Well, guess what? We have a monitor. So I saw the screen and it's a little delayed. And so when I saw that, it said live in 20 seconds. And I thought we weren't live yet. But anyway, so now I can see everybody. So I could see Misha and Gavin and Dennis and Paul. Hi, guys. Hi, Kylie. So I am so excited about all of that. And I also wanted to just take a few minutes to say a very, very, very special thank you to one of our puppy families, the family that picked up Jasper. They are the J family, and they sent me this amazing water jug, and I have to show it off because I'm so, so excited and so thankful. But real fast, watch out, babies. Is this amazing or what? Is that focused?
Yeah, but it's like glaring because the lights.
Oh, but
you can see it.
You guys can see it, and look at how cute the back is. It says, Love, Jet, and the J family. So they changed his name from Jasper to Jet, and we appreciate it, and we love them so very much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Sasha's puppies in here right now, and they are almost 6 weeks old. So amazing how they've changed over the last 6 weeks whenever they were barely just laying in that bed and not moving around, and now they're all over the place, huh? Hi, babies. So I'm going to take a few questions real fast, and then I will go over some general housekeeping rules and that types of thing. So Lex, do you have anything that you want to say real fast?
I do have a question.
Okay.
From Tanya. She said, what are the most requested colors?
It really varies. Honestly, like sometimes it's a lot of grays, and sometimes it's a lot of reds, blacks. It's goes like this. So it's usually whatever we have, they want the opposite. I would say blacks and grays are probably the most common, but recently the reds have gotten pretty popular as well. So there's not one over the other. If you would have asked me a few years ago, I would have said black and white, but that's changed dramatically. So yeah, are we good?
Yes. We have.
I'm sorry.
We have 3 more.
Okay.
Slushy, aka Pixie, is still a spaz, but a cute one. How do you get rid of her tear stains? Tried some wipes and they still haven't worked so far.
Okay, so hi Pixie, hi family. She is actually a star on one of our YouTube videos. But the tear stains can be from a lot of different things. So it could be because he or she's allergic to something in their food, so one of the ingredients in their food. It could be that he has allergies to something in your yard. It could be the water. So I would say, do you have your puppy on a vitamin? If not, get them on the new vet vitamins. Do they have water that is from the sink, or do they actually have water that is purified? If they don't, try that. And then if those two don't work, then see if it's by season or if it's all of the time, and you're going to try to eliminate it one thing at a time. So if it's not that stuff, and if it's not windy, that type of thing, it's not anything in the outside environment, then I would say check your food. If it's none of that, the other thing is it could be that your puppy has clogged tear ducts, and if your puppy has clogged tear ducts, then you would need to get your puppy to the vet and have them check that and see if they can flush.
She's digging.
Well, you didn't need to do that. see if they could flush the tear ducts to see if they can cleanse it. And then if that isn't the problem, the last would be if it's an ingrown eyelash. And sometimes the Klee Kai will have their lashes grow inwards. And if that's the case, then what will happen is it's just constantly irritating the eyes, and it is going to be watering. If it's that, then your vet should be able to take care of that as well. So those are some of the things that you guys can try. Not everything works. Sometimes none of it works, but those would put you on the right path.
Where did you get the paintings in the background?
Is that amazing? Does everybody love that? We bought it on Amazon, of course, and we really thought it would be cool to make one of our own dogs, but we found this one, and so we bought it on Amazon. I love being able to see all of you guys. This is so cool.
We have like a ton of questions.
I know, we have so many questions. Before we get on to another question, I just want to say that if you guys are new, please make sure that you type new in the comments below so that we can welcome you to our channel. We do go live every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time, of course, because we are in California. And we usually have puppies on the screen. We answer all of your questions. We try to have a specific topic. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. We kind of just go with it depending on what's going on here. And we love to engage with all of you guys, so welcome to our channel. So please type new. Last week, if you guys missed us, we did have something new called Super Chat and Super Stickers, which were amazing. They were so much fun. In fact, we made like $75 or something crazy. And so we went on a shopping spree at Amazon for the puppies, and so we're going to open up those boxes here shortly and see if they like their new stuff. So thank you guys for sponsoring our channel and for giving the puppies new toys to play with. And anyways, that's it. If you guys don't know me, my name is Desiree. My daughter is behind there moderating everything and running the show, and that is Alexis. All right, next question.
What are tear stains?
So tear stains are something that you'll see. Sometimes you'll see a dog that will have like, it's usually brown or a reddish color coming out of their eyes. And what it is it's the eyes are watery, and as it continues to water, then it will sometimes stain their fur. And so that's what you're gonna see with a tear stain. It's pretty common in the breed. It's also common in a lot of breeds, but a lot of it is allergies and that types of thing. Hey, no.
Are these puppies marsh and mellow?
No, they are not. These guys are Sasha and Trout's puppies. So this is Lilo and Lightning, and they are 6 weeks old tomorrow.
If they're expecting moms with puppies, you could let us know about.
There are. We have one litter that is going to be due here in, I think, the middle of August. And then the others we haven't confirmed yet. But one confirmed, and that is with Dakota and Zeus. So hopefully mid to late August.
Okay, and then do you expect to get any red and white soon?
Dakota and Zeus both could have red puppies. So yes, we could. I mean, that's one of the things we talk about a lot, is that sometimes the dogs can produce all three colors, and we just don't know what we're gonna get. So it's a lot of fun to be able to see what we end up getting. But we could get them, yes.
Do you ever have red and whites with blue eyes?
Oh yes, a lot of times we do have reds with blue eyes. Sometimes we have reds with green eyes, party eyes, so they'll have two different colors in the same eye, brown, even, green, and hazel. So the reds probably have the most diverse eye colors that we see, which is awesome because we really don't see green eyes with anything other than a red or sometimes a white. Are you chewing on that? They love to go in there. Huh. Okay.
When is the next due date?
It's like the 20th of August, I think.
Okay, and then a whole lot about when you're expecting it.
If you guys think I'm all looking up, it's because the TV's right there so I could see everything. Hi, Liz. Siggy's puppies are doing great. We're going to flash over to them here in a minute and go up there and see them, but they're doing great. All 6 of them are still very well and thriving. I see. I'm going to let you just go with your questions.
Yeah, because you see the bottom. I was going to say, why would you do that? You just skipped like 5 people.
I just saw what popped up.
What is the smallest toy you've ever had, and what was the largest?
For the smallest toy, you know, it's really hard for us to know for sure because sometimes people do not actually let us know when they're full grown how much they weigh, and so we don't really know. For what I do know, 8 pounds is the smallest, and as far as the biggest, I mean, the largest toy could be right under 13 inches. And so if it's right under 13 inches, the weight varies dramatically.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Joanna. I see that on the screen. So for those of you new, or maybe I'm not sure what's going on, super chat, if you have a question and you do send a super chat, your question gets bumped to the top, so we get to go straight to you, Joanna. So thank you for the support, and let's see what the question is.
What are some ways to deal with separation anxiety?
Okay, so I made a full video about separation anxiety, preventing it and dealing with it. So there's actually a couple series, but real quick, hopefully you can prevent it instead of trying to fix the problem after the fact. But one of the things you could do to try to prevent it is from the very beginning, you need to be very consistent in your training schedule, and you need to be able to keep your puppy alone every day for a short amount of time. And you're going to progressively increase that amount of time, because if your puppy is not used to being home alone, and then all of a sudden you want your puppy to be left home alone, guess what? They're going to scream their head off. Right now, especially with this whole pandemic and coronavirus and a lot of us being home, we are all thinking we're just going to be the best family because we are home with our puppies. But the problem is that at some point we are going to have to leave. At some point we're going to get back to our normal life and go back to work. So you have to make sure that you teach your puppy now every day a little bit of alone time, and alone is okay, and that you're always coming back. So if you do that, you will hopefully have a puppy that is accepting to being alone, and that they are reassured you're going to be back all the time. So I would say those are the big things, but check out the 2 videos that I made on the channel as well, specifically about socializing and separation anxiety.
Okay. Oh, also we got a super sticker. I don't know if you saw it.
I did not. I didn't see it, so who was it?
Fabiana.
Thank you, Fabiano. I can't wait to see the stickers. Because it's scrolled up, I didn't get to see it, but I will watch it. If you guys don't know, I watch the live stream with my husband every Thursday after the live show. We climb into bed and watch the whole thing and get to see everything, so it's awesome. To be able to see all of the support and all of the new people that come in. So thank you guys for all of that. All right, next question.
Do you work with other breeders or only in your house?
I do work with a few breeders, like 1. I know most breeders. I don't know all of them. Some of them are kind of new, but I used to work with a lot of breeders, and then kind of just, we all do our own thing now, but yeah, not really.
What are the sizes of those 2 puppies?
Oh, little mister here is going to be a standard for sure. And then she's probably a large mini to a standard. So this is Lilo, she's the girl. And then this is Lightning, and he is the boy. So as you can see, a big difference in the 2. We went over them in detail last week, so you can watch that back, and you were able to see like their paws and how big they are compared to each other, and their head shape and their head sizes, which would give you guys a really good understanding of what I think on the sizes. Okay. Siggy's going crazy up there.
I know, I told you. What amount of activity time do you recommend to start out with when you first get your puppy?
What amount of activity time?
Mm-hmm.
Like how long? I mean, a tired puppy is a good puppy. So, of course, you want to tire them out. You want to make sure that there's mental stimulation every day. You want to make sure there's physical exercise every day and that they're socializing every day. So I wouldn't say it's a set limit. I would say as much as the puppy can handle without overwhelming your puppy. But a tired puppy is a good puppy. Train, teach, take them out, socialize. All that stuff that you could do is only going to make you have a better puppy at the end of the day.
Have you ever thrown any, in quotes, moose-sized Klee Kai, as we call them?
I have a few. I know of one. I'm going to say a few just because I'm not positive, but I do know of one. His name's Charlie, and he's like 37, 38 pounds. Actually, I take that back. There's two. I know there's two. There's Hudson and there's Charlie. Both boys, and funny enough, they're both red. That's interesting. But yes, I have. Two that I know of for sure.
How do you know if a Klee Kai has the red or the white gene?
Okay, so there's genetic testing. And so, of course, years ago when we found out about the reds, we did our testing. It's a swab kit. And so we all know. So I am not a scientist. I don't really understand the whole genetic thing. But of course, we learned all about the reds because it was new. We all wanted to have red puppies. So now we know who has the red gene and who doesn't have the red gene. And if they are red, of course, they have the red gene, and that's the only gene they have. But the others, it's either by a DNA test, and it's actually not even a DNA. It's a genetic test, and it's also dependent on their parents. So if we know the parents don't have the red gene, the puppy's not going to have the red gene. If one parent is red, the puppy automatically has the red gene. If both parents have just the red gene, there's a pretty good chance that the puppy will have the red gene, but it's not a guarantee.
The person asking about the big size, her name is Shadow. She said mine is red and 42. Maybe it's tied to the red gene.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Okay, next question. What flea treatment do you recommend for young puppies and pregnant moms?
So pregnant moms is different than anybody else. So pregnant and nursing, breeding, that type of thing, of course, you have to be really careful. So we use Advantage for them, and then for everybody else, even including puppies, we use Advantex, or we use Frontline Plus. Either one of those would be great.
Okay. How do you recommend socializing during restrictions with COVID-19?
It's still pretty simple. I mean, socializing doesn't necessarily mean you go and socialize with your friends and family. So socializing with humans is different than socializing with pets. So for pets, socializing, there's a whole workup on my YouTube channel that I talk about. But you want to introduce your puppy to not just people, but other dogs, other animals, to trees, to the trash truck driving by, to horns, to people with glasses, to hats. So all of those things that are on the list that I have, you can do during quarantine because you can still go out and walk in your neighborhood. It's not like we are stuck in our house and cannot leave. So everybody's walking nowadays. In fact, I think it's probably easier to do your list of socializing with a lot of things because so many people are out. So you are going to be able to get your puppy introduced to those things. So that's what socializing is. It's not just taking your puppy to your friends and your family and saying, well, I've introduced them to my friends and family and their dogs. No, you need to introduce them to a lot of other dogs, big dogs, little dogs, all of that stuff. So there is going to be a challenge for sure with introducing your puppy to a lot of dogs because, of course, everything is closed, so you can't take them to a lot of places that you would normally, but you could still take them into Petco. It's still open. PetSmart, all of your pet stores are still open. There's tons of places that are still open that are pet friendly, so there's still opportunities. You can also ask your neighbors anybody walking by, just sit out front with a long leash on your puppy and ask them when they walk by if they can stop and just meet your dog. You don't have to be that close. If you have your puppy on a long leash, they can still get introduced without you being right next to them.
Thank you for the sticker.
Thank you,
Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine.
Next question. Is there anything that puppies cannot eat?
I mean, anything that's a hazard to dogs in general, I would stay away from, of course. But anything specific to just puppies versus adults, not that I know of. But just a disclaimer, I'm not a vet, and I can just tell you from our experience.
Thank you for the sticker.
Thank you, guys. But I would say anything that you could give to any dog, you should be able to give to your puppy.
Hey. How old do you recommend your owners neuter?
We recommend by a year old. So it's actually in our contract. By 1 year old, they need to be spay or neutered. And so we hold the papers until then, and that's what we recommend. And that's another whole topic, because there's so many things that you read on the internet about spay and neuter, and some say not to do it too early and to wait because you want their growth plates to close up and it can stun their growth, all of these things. So you will want to go off of the vet's recommendation, but I would say by 1 year for sure. You don't want to do it too early, because for sure you want their growth plates to close before you go and put them under surgery.
How worried should you be about socializing puppies and parvo?
So of course you should be worried, because it is a serious thing, and puppies die from it probably every day. So it is definitely something to be concerned about. But at the same time, there's a very short window of opportunity for you to socialize your puppy and get them out, and that is 16 weeks. Once that 16 weeks ends, you've lost so much with getting your puppy socialized with the environment that we live in. And so for that reason, if you don't take your puppy out until 16 weeks, which is whenever they usually have their last set of shots, now you've missed that whole opportunity. So the Veterinary Association of America is now saying not to wait. You want to go out after their first week, after their first set of shots. But you still need to know about your surroundings. I'm not saying go to the dog park and just go take them hiking, no. But you still want to take them out. Take them to your local neighborhood and walk. Take them out to the Petco that you can carry them. Take them in the car and let them go through Starbucks. Take them to as many places as you can that you know is safe. So it's a juggle, but you want to be able to keep them safe and keep them social.
Do you recommend pee pads for training or not?
We have pee pads down, but what we do is totally different from what you're going to do, because we're dealing with puppies that are under 8 weeks old. A puppy cannot hold it or even is competent enough to learn under 8 weeks old to do potty training. So we do things very differently. If you have the ability to get your puppy out and you don't live on the 19th floor of a high-rise building, then I say no, don't use pee pads. Because if you use pee pads, you are encouraging and teaching your puppy to potty in the house. You don't want to do that if you can get away with getting them outside. So it depends on your situation, but for most, I would say no. Thank you, Joanna. Is that another one?
That's a super chat with question, which means her question jumps to the front of the list. So we're going to do hers. I've read that some people have been successful at using litter boxes. What are your thoughts?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, we've actually been successful when we had a litter, probably 3 or 4 months ago. We tried it because we did hear about a lot of breeders, not necessarily with Klee Kai, but just breeders in general that use litter boxes. And we were successful, but you have to start really, really, really early. If your breeder doesn't do it, chances of you having, would you guys get over here? Chances of you having success is going to be a lot less if you are starting at 8 weeks instead of your breeder actually starting, because we've tried to introduce it to older puppies and they just eat it and make a mess with it. But when we introduce it at 4 or 5 weeks, they actually pick it up really, really quickly. And what we would recommend is there's a bunch of breeder groups on the internet and Facebook that we actually subscribe to, and they use, it's called the world's best cat litter, and it's actually corn based. It's made of corn, and it's just crunched up corn. And so if the dogs eat it, it's not going to affect them. It won't hurt them at all. It's just totally digestible, and it's flushable, which is really, really awesome. So definitely something you can do.
The next one is, what is parvo?
So parvo is a pretty deadly disease that dogs get, and it is airborne. It travels from feces, so it's from people that don't clean up, or dogs contract it and carry it around, and it is really dangerous. It's highly contagious. You can carry it on the bottom of your shoes and bring it into your home, and it can wipe out your entire pet family in a matter of days. So it's pretty dangerous and scary situation.
All right. Do you prefer training treat? Do you have a preferred training treat? Sorry.
Yes, we actually use dog food. So we use our kibble as our primary source for training. That's because when these puppies go home, they are usually under 5 pounds. If they're under 5 pounds and you give them 3 or 4 treats 3 to 4 times a day, you are now filling them up with a bunch of junk. Maybe not junk. It could be good treats, but it's still not their kibble. And so you don't want to do that, because you're going to fill them up there and they're going to become picky eaters. They're not going to want to eat their food. And so we use their dog food, and it works like a charm, because you get to feed them a couple of pieces. In fact, in the mornings and in the evenings, whenever they get their meal, that is how you should be training them for like their long time, 3-4 minutes, 5 at the most, because you can literally feed their whole meal by training them, which is awesome. Of course, there are times when we don't have time for that and we just give them their meal, but use that as a perfect opportunity to include training in their mealtime.
Thank you for the sticker.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question
I see a splot. What did she say? What does splot mean? Sorry. Go ahead.
I know, I saw that too. I was like, what? What do you mean?
Okay, go ahead.
What is the best type of leash for training a new puppy?
Everybody's different. We like to use leashes that are colors that are either martingales or choke chains, and you must be probably pretty new on our channel, because we talk about that a lot. So we use what we would call a show choke chain. It's very, very thin. In fact, there's a link, and maybe Catherine can post the link to our website that has it. But on our website, we actually have the link to this show collar. And the reason why we use this or a martingale is because the Klee Kai are notorious for escaping and pulling out of leashes and harnesses. And so we like to use something that we know is secure, and that there's absolutely no way that that puppy can get away. So we use those. Plus, we want to be able to control our dog at all times. We're the boss, they're not the boss. Since we are in charge, we want to make sure that we can correct them when we need to correct them, and that they're obedient. And a lot of times, if you just sit back and watch how many dogs that have a harness are just pulling their owners, I don't like that. They're not the boss, I am. And you cannot correct them very easily with a harness. So a lot of people feel like, but the harness is good because it's not around their neck and it's comfortable for the dog. I feel like it's not about what's comfortable for the dog. It's about what's safe for the dog and what's best for your dog's overall temperament and being a well-balanced dog. So you want them to be obedient and you want them to be safe. So that's the way we look at it.
Real quick before we do the next question, Catherine said a sploot is when the dog lays down and their back legs spread out.
We call that frog dog legs. Yes, I'm sure it was you because you always do that, huh?
That's a cute name for it.
That is cute. I was like, wait, did we spill something?
Or did somebody pee?
Yeah.
Do they get car sick is our next question.
You know what? We do have some that get car sick. Not too many, but we do have Diamond, especially gets very, very car sick. It could be just right around the corner. She gets car sick. So some do, most don't, but some do. It's more motion sickness. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear done.
I was just laughing at her.
Do their paws get injured easily on sharp rocks or something like that?
No. I mean, they're pretty durable, and they're northern breeds, so they're okay with that. But if it's too hot or too cold, for sure you want to protect them. They actually sell different little booties and things that can protect them. You always want to check the bottom of the concrete or the driveway before you walk your dog, because their paws can burn. But as far as like hiking and things, no, they're fine.
How much should you feed when they get home and how often?
So it'll depend on the puppy's weight, but usually they're going to eat between a third and a quarter cup 2 to 3 times a day. And again, it'll depend on their weight, because if they're really, really tiny, they definitely need to eat 3 times a day. And if they're close to 5 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, they can move to twice a day. So it'll depend. And then you'll gradually increase that amount as they continue to grow.
That's perfect. She said also, how much should that increase over time?
Yeah, it really just depends on each puppy. And so you can follow the instructions says on the bag food, or you can do some trial and error and see if you don't see that they're getting enough, or if they're getting too much, you can cut back.
What food do you use?
We use ProPlan. We have used ProPlan now for a couple of years, and we've tried so many different foods. But we are very, very, very happy with ProPlan. So we use the ProPlan Sport and the ProPlan Puppy, either Focus, usually Focus, and we love it. So we got comments, I think last week or the week before, about our dogs not having tear stains, and they see other Klee Kai with tear stains, and what do we do? And I would say one of the things is the vitamins, and the other is the dog food.
Okay, that's it for right now.
Yay! Okay, so I am going to go upstairs so we can see Siggy's puppies. Or actually, no, while we have them real fast, I'm sorry, Lex. I want to show you guys a quick slideshow on the gray. So we're going to talk color, right? So before I bring Keanu and everybody in so you can see all the colors, I want to show you, because we have 2 gray puppies in here, and we talk about how the grays change so much from week to week. We have a slideshow that I put together from one of our puppy owners, and I want you guys to be able to see at 6 weeks what she looked like, and now at 5 months what she looked like. So her birthday was in March, so she is a little over 5 months right now. So there's no sound on that, but I'll keep talking as she plays it.
I already played it.
Oh.
I can play it again.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'll play it again. It's pretty short.
Yeah, it is pretty short. And so this will also be whenever this is over. Of course, you guys can always go and watch the live on replay, and it'll always be on our channel. So as you guys can tell, like, look at her back and how light her back was, and then look at how it changed. And this is what I was saying that the grays do, and a lot of you just could not comprehend, like, really, that this puppy that has a lot of tan is going to change that much. But they do. They change a lot. And so I just wanted to show you guys that real fast, because I think that was pretty awesome. So that you guys can just see the transition. Like, it's literally like overnight, all of a sudden, they go from this really cream colored puppy to actual gray. I mean, look at the markings on her face now compared to what they were, like super, super light, and then poof, it just starts to come in. All right, we good?
Yeah, we have like 2 questions, but they can wait.
Okay. Well,
actually,
let's just answer them real fast,
yeah.
then I'll go up.
Oh, there's 3. How do you measure their height and how long they are?
So we measure their height based on the top of their shoulder blades. So when they're standing on the ground, Mister, hey, no. when they're standing on the ground, from the ground up to the top of their shoulder blades, and their legs need to be directly under them. So not up in front like a teepee, right? And not out to the side. They need to be directly underneath their shoulders. And so then that's their height from the ground up. So these should be anywhere from 12 inches to 17 and a half inches. And what was the second part of that?
How long they are.
Oh, so usually, so depending on each dog, because some are a little longer than others, some are a little boxier than others, but for the most part, they're slightly longer than they are tall. So if they're 15 inches, they should probably be around 15 and a half to 16 inches long. And that's, of course, from the top of their chest bone to the base of their tail, not to the tip of their tail.
And then, have you ever considered doing a video on their genetics and how different genes interact? Not sure how much there is to say about that, just thought it could be fascinating.
I have to apologize because I got distracted and I was reading this. We talked about this being a distraction and I was like, no, it won't be. Yeah, it is. So you have to repeat that because Lindsay was asking if she could, if we could play the video again, and I was reading that. Sorry.
Oh, I will play it again. Just let me have her answer this question. I told you it was going to be a problem. I said you're going to be watching yourself, and then it's going to be delayed, and you're going to say something's wrong, and it's always delayed. Okay. Ever consider doing a video on their genetics and how different genes interact? Not sure how much there is to say about that, just thought it could be fascinating.
No, I haven't, to be honest, just because, for one, I don't really understand a lot of it. I do understand the white gene and the red gene, and that's pretty much it. So it would be very long, but no, I haven't. And so if somebody's a scientist or a genealogist or somebody on here who wants to come help me and teach me, that would be awesome. But no, I haven't.
I'm playing the video for them.
Oh, good, good. So you guys get to see the video again. Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, it's filmed. Hi. Oh, don't you bite me. Don't you bite me. Don't you bite me. All right. Are there more questions or can I go up?
When's the next puppy offer?
Another week or so. It'll be Cessna's. So I think it's probably close to a week and a half. I'm not positive. Okay. Another one. We have a scientist in the house.
I was just gonna say, did you see that?
Yes. Okay. So Lisa, you need to connect with me. Let's see if we can. Oh, Liza. Let's see if we can connect and make something. I don't know. Maybe you could teach me a thing or two.
I'll put the question up again so you can see it.
Liza, maybe we can make purple puppies.
Thank you for the sticker.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, the question. Can I go ahead and jump on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
What question?
She's asking, what was the question again?
I just posted it. I just put it on the screen.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Thank you for the sticker, Heather.
Thank you, Heather.
All right, now you can switch.
Okay, I am going to go over to Siggy's puppies real fast and show you guys the babies because, gosh, they're a little over a week old. So she's not as protective. She's still kind of protective, but not as bad. And then we will come back. I won't be up there long. And then we'll come back and we will talk about, he's pooping, the colors.
All right, I'm going to switch you.
Okay. Wow. All right, everybody. As you see, Siggy's babies. Hi, Mama. Hi, baby girl. So Siggy is a standard. She's Diamond's sister. And thank you. She's a good 24 pounds. And I'm going to show you her babies. But before I show you her babies real fast, I don't even know. Can they see me? No. I'm going to have to lay in the pool so that they could see me. We have like 90-some people on here, and we only have 40-something thumbs up. So can you guys do me a favor, take a second and hit that thumbs up button, because YouTube loves to see that you're enjoying the video. We love to see that you're enjoying the video, and I would appreciate it. So please do me that favor, and I'm going to bring Siggy's puppies up close and personal so you guys can see them. And I'm going to turn this little light on. Hopefully it works this time. Let's see. And I would like to ask that you guys let us know if there's a problem with the sound, because we did work on some sound, we worked on some lighting, and I want to make sure that you guys can hear me and that you can see the babies. Now, we have 3 boys and 3 girls, and I'm just trying to grab all the boys, put them together. And so we have, hopefully you guys all got to watch the birth litter, the birth video of these guys. And so we have 2 grays, and let's see. Can they see that, hun?
Yep.
Oh, good mommy. So those are the boys that are gray. And hi, mommy. Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? And this is the other boy. This is the black boy. Good?
Yep.
Could see him? I can't see how it looks. All right, so now the girls, we have 2 black girls and 1 gray girl. So we'll grab the 2 black girls first and show you them. Make sure. Aw, good girls. And the last one, little chunkified. With that little fur ball. Good?
Yeah.
All right. So that is Siggy's puppies, and one of them pooped all over. Wonder if they got to see that on camera. So I'm going to clean that while I'm talking. The moms clean the puppies when they're newborns, and usually for about a good 3 weeks, mom is doing all of the work. So we don't have to worry too much about cleaning up after the babies. And so that's what you see her doing, is cleaning up. And I'm gonna move that. And so those are the babies. And what I'm gonna do now is leave her be, because she gets pretty worked up. Hi, baby. You'll come out in a little while. And then I'll come back down, and we're going to go over all the colors, and we'll get some adults in the room. Okay? Honey. No.
All right. We're
Okay,
back.
we are back. So, we are going to put these guys away and, yeah, no, that's it, buddy. And then bring in the different colors, and we're going to talk about the reds, the whites, the grays, and the blacks. Specifically, I want to talk about the whites and the reds because I know a lot of you guys ask questions about them, and we get obviously a lot of grays and a lot of blacks, and so I want to talk about that. But I also wanted to show you guys Keanu because he's amazing. He's so pretty. He's getting old. So we don't use him very often, but he is still in our breeding program. He was one of our best show dogs and Alexis's best friend for a long time. She showed him everywhere, and that's her boy. And so I'm gonna get him and let you guys see him because he's so pretty. So we're gonna put these guys away.
We have 2 questions real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I think this is about Siggy's puppies, about how big they will be.
We don't know. So we don't know the size of what the puppies will be until, well, we really never know for sure. But our estimate is, the puppies are over there drinking water. But we give our best estimate, but we cannot guarantee the size at all. But usually at about 4 weeks, we can give a pretty good idea of what size we think they're going to be. But again, there's no guarantee. So if they're only a week old, we won't know for a while. And Siggy is a standard. She's a good size standard. So she's like 16 and a half inches tall. But she's thick. She's thick boned. She's kind of like Diamond. All right. We good?
Yeah.
Okay. You babies can go with your mama. All right. So we are going to put them away. I'm going to break. Aw. Little mommy. It's break time. So I'm putting the puppies away because I want to be able to talk to you guys and not have it be all crazy. And if they're all in here and the puppies, then it's going to get loud. So I'm going to just put them over with Sosh real fast, and then we'll show you guys some adults and the colors. Yeah. And then I'm going to, come here, buddy. Come here, Papa. Honey, you can let me have Diamond and Nala too. They can all come in, and that way, hopefully, they won't be too crazy. Hi, baby. Yeah. Or yeah, Diamond and Nala, or Diamond and Rue. Diamond and Rue. That's fine. Come here.
Where did you get the pool covers from?
Oh, I ordered them on Etsy. So I bought them on Etsy, and they got here really fast, so a couple of days, which is really cool. Because if you guys remember, we tried to put the puppies in the ball pit with the pool, and it was really loud. And come here, bud, come lay down. And the puppies didn't really like it, so we found those. Plus, for Siggy, it works out really well. We used to just put blankets in the center, but this works way better. Boppy, boppy, boppy. Hi, buddy. All right. Are we good? Can I keep going?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right, guys. So this is Keanu. Come here, handsome. He loves toys. He is 10 years old. Our baby's 10. So we are hoping to keep a little boy from him, a red boy, of course, because he needs to be replaced with one of his children's. But he's wondering where he can go right now to go destroy that toy. You're not going to destroy that toy. Here's a bone. Where's the bone? There. So he is a red and white. He is a pretty light red and white. You'll see a lot of different shades of reds, just like you'll see a lot of different shades of gray. And so when he was little, he was very orangey, very goofy, but very light colored orange. And then he turned into this beautiful red, and he is shedding like crazy right now. So, of course, you see all these little tufts starting to come out, and that's why he's a lighter color there. Come here, girls.
Sasha.
Let me get them in. And then he is stay. No, we're staying. Come on, go, girls, go. So he just turned into this beautiful red, and we were super excited to have a red in our breeding program. Of course, 10 years ago, there was hardly any reds. And so, of course, you guys are going to be all crazy now. Here, there's more bones. So he's done an amazing job for us, and he has produced some beautiful puppies. And he is a mini. As you can see, he's a lot smaller than Diamond and Rue. And he is like 17 pounds. So he's 17 pounds and like 14 and a half inches tall. And Kiana, can you just show? Come here. They're not going to take it. Come here. Come here. Says no. So that is the red. Now let's talk about the reds. I know some of this we just talked about a little while ago, but it's like, well, when can you get reds? Why don't you breed your two reds together? That type of thing. And we intentionally do not breed our two reds together very often, because what happened years and years ago whenever we first started adding reds into our breeding program, Keanu, you're not going in your crate. People want to see you. He wants his crate. Okay, why don't you lay right here? Come here. So what happened is everybody wanted reds. We all got reds, and then all we got was tons and tons and tons of reds. Oh, that was cute. Ruru was on there. And so what happened is it just will take over your entire breeding program. Now, if you breed two reds together, you're only going to get reds or whites. So we don't do that often because we don't want it to take over. Could you just lay down?
They're watching the TV.
Yeah, they're like going nuts right now, seeing like all of the dogs. It's them. Okay, relax now. Relax. They're not going to take your bone. So back to the reds. So we don't do it for that reason. We can get whites. Very similar to reds. They have to carry the white gene, and they, both parents have to carry the white gene in order for us to get white puppies. I'm going to put him in his crate because he's like dying to go in there. Come here, Gannon. Okay, or not. Yeah, go. Go. Here. Here. He's worried they're going to get it. Okay, so if we bred two dogs that were gray, black, or red, and they both had the white gene, we can get white puppies. Maybe he doesn't. He wants to go outside with it. And so we will sometimes breed the two dogs together and get white puppies. But the reason why we don't do that often, and the reason why you'll see sometimes I frown whenever we talk about the whites, is not because I don't like them. It's not that I don't think they're gorgeous. It is because our breeding program is based on our breed standards. And the breed standards is based on what our breed is supposed to look like, how they're supposed to act, all of those things, their temperament, their structure, all of that is taken into account with our breeding program. And the whites are a fault for our breed. They keep seeing themselves.
I told you they're watching the TV.
This is awesome. You guys are distracting me. So they will, our breeding program is based on that. So what's most important as a breeder is to, for one, improve the breed, right? Improve from generation to generation, and to always adhere to the breed standards. So if the breed standard says you're supposed to have a dog with a mask and markings, then guess what? We want to have a dog with mask and markings. And so the whites have been eliminated from day one as far as being in a breeding program or being in the show ring. And that is because when Linda created this breed, she had a vision, and her vision was that she wanted a little husky with markings. She wanted symmetrical markings, and she wanted a mask. And so for that reason, the whites have always been an eliminating fault. So now you guys understand why I sometimes will frown, or why we don't always have white puppies, and why I don't have any whites in my breeding program. And that is because, of course, I need to follow the breed standards. And so as you guys saw, Keanu is like beautiful, got his full coat right now. He is starting to shed. And then the girls are scrawny looking because they blew their entire coat already. And so they look kind of hideous compared to his gorgeous coat. But in a few weeks, his is going to be a mess. And of course he's in there with his bone because he's worried they're going to take it, even though there's plenty for everybody.
Okay, I have a few questions.
Okay. Hi, Mommy.
Well, you kind of answered part of it. Do you ever breed white puppies or keep them? Was the second part of that question.
Yeah, so no.
Okay, the next one is, how many puppies will you get in a litter when you breed a red?
Oh, it doesn't matter the color. So we can breed any of the colors, and that has nothing to do with how many puppies we'll get. So depending on how many eggs the mama dog releases, and depending on how potent and how well seasoned the boy is, that's going to really determine the litter sizes. So, where's your phone? The color has absolutely nothing to do with how many. Honey, can you give me my water? I forgot it. It's right there, babe.
Are they always this active at 10 years old?
Yeah. I mean, he has his moments, but because he is excited that there's bones and the puppies were all in here, then of course they get pretty excited. But yeah, he's still very active. Still runs up and down the hill, has no problem.
What advice would you give an aspiring breeder?
I would say, number one, be very, very, very selective. You don't want to just breed, and I don't know if you're talking for this breed or what breed, but you want to be very, very specific and set your standards to the highest that you can in the very beginning. If you start off with just whatever puppy you can get and want to breed it, you're setting yourself up for never having the best. If you set up your expectations to have the best to begin with, you're gonna shine. And that's what we did. Like, we had the best. I mean, look at Kika. There is not one Klee Kai in the whole country that looks like her. So we were very, very fortunate to have such a beautiful dog to start off our breeding program. Keanu, if you look at him, that coat, just don't look at the color. But if you look at that coat, like his tail, that is a lot of Kika. He's related to Kika, of course. And he's not going to chill. Oh, Diamond took his crate.
Well, actually, he came out first.
Come here, buddy. Come here. So you definitely want to be picky. Go. And you want to make sure that you have a good mentor, so you know what you're doing, and that you health test, and that you don't think with your heart. So as a breeder, it's really, really hard. Like, we think with our hearts, we don't think with our mind, and we get too emotionally attached. And so we'll make decisions because we fall in love with the puppy, and maybe it's not the best for the breed. So you got to think with your brain and not your heart. Can you just chill?
I think she's referring to Diamond and Rue. Are these light gray and dark gray?
No.
Diamond does look really light.
Diamond
right
looks
now.
pretty light right now, but that's because she's blown her coat. But Diamond is pretty dark black, and Rue is pretty dark gray. But because they don't have all of their coat, you don't get to see all that undercoat. So basically, when they have that undercoat, the undercoat is what makes it really look like a different dog, because the undercoat could be light, and if it is a light color underneath there, it's going to make the dog look lighter. If it's a darker undercoat, it's going to make the dog look darker. So it's really deceiving, because what their actual guard hairs look like isn't nothing like their undercoat. Their undercoat's usually almost a solid color, with maybe the tips might be a little lighter, a little darker. But no, they're dark gray, and I wouldn't call her jet black, but she's a pretty dark black. So speaking of that, or do you want to ask another question before
I have some more questions.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll let you ask those.
What is the smallest dog you've ever had, and do you ever have toy sizes? What are the most common sizes?
Yeah, so we did talk about that a little while ago, as far as the toys and the smallest. The smallest that I know of is 8 pounds, but as far as in our breeding program, we do have toys. We don't have many, and we don't try to keep the really small ones, because you're asking for problems whenever you have a really small dog in your breeding program, especially with delivery. They have a lot of C-sections and stuck puppies, and so for that reason, it's a problem. Now, you can get all 3 sizes in even 1 litter, and even with 2 standards can throw toys. So it doesn't necessarily matter on the size of the parents. It matters on the line. It matters on the lineage of, you know, generations back and what sizes they were. Kiana, get over here, buddy. Come lay down. But you can get all 3 sizes in the same litter. Now, if we had generations of the same sizes breeding together, we would probably have a little better consistency on sizes, but we don't, because no breeder that I know of breeds only toy to toy, mini to mini, standard to standard. So we can get all the sizes.
Have you found out the father of Siggy's puppies yet?
Oh no, that'll take us weeks. So we do have the DNA kits. We will probably get them mailed off either tomorrow or Saturday. It's just a matter of swabbing 9 dogs. And so what you have to do is send that in. It'll take 6, 7, 8 weeks to get that back, because it's a long process in comparison. So they'll be offered to the waiting list, and we won't know the father for sure. We know it's one of 2 dogs. We just don't know which one.
If you breed 2 whites, would you get any gray or red puppies?
I can't say from experience because I've never done that, but I'm guessing if it is the same as the red, I would say no, you would only get whites. Unless they had the red gene. I'm making an exception to that. If they had the red gene and they were white, you might get reds, but maybe Liza can answer that because I don't know for sure.
Have you noticed any common diseases with this breed? If so, what are they?
Yeah, I would say there's some common things that have gone around over the years. Nothing too alarming for sure. We've been very fortunate. Of course, the breed is still really new, and so as time goes by, there's more things that are going to potentially come up. But the most common is going to be patelloluxation, which is loose knees. It's usually the back knees, and that will pop out. And sometimes it could be to a grade 3, 4, 5. And so the higher the grade, which is the more severe the problem is, they may potentially need to have surgery to correct that and probably put a plate or a pin in there. So that's probably one of the common ones. That's not necessarily just prone to Klee Kai, it's prone to small dogs. So big dogs will have big dogs will have hip dysplasia, small dogs will have patelloluxation. A couple other things that we've seen over the years is going to be, Kiana, come here, baby. Come here, is going to be thyroid. And so you'll see that pop up usually like 3 or 4 years old. And so it's a pretty inexpensive health problem, and it's definitely not any life-threatening. Come lay down, Betty. Relax already. And we've seen a few cases of liver disease. We've seen a few cases with heart murmurs. We've seen a few cases of cancer, but nothing too serious. The big things that we see is patelloluxation and thyroid.
And then the next one is, you said Keanu is still currently in the breeding program. He is absolutely gorgeous. Has he sired any litters recently, or does he have any planned in the short term?
Yes, he does have some plans, especially because he is getting older and I do want to keep something from him. So I'm planning to use him in the very near future. It just depends on who he's related to, and honestly, I'm going to have to be pretty specific with that, because in order for me to keep a boy out of him, I need it to be from certain females. But yeah, I'm working on that.
Maybe you already answered this, but do you ever purposefully breed for all whites?
No, I don't. So we did talk about that earlier, so you can rewind back and see what we talked about on the whites. But no, we don't. I mean, we'll get them. And I do intentionally breed them together knowing that I could get whites, but I'm not trying to get the whites. I'm trying to get something else. So it's usually like I'm trying to get the light grays. Because one of the things that we talked about here in the past is that we think that, Rue, I can't talk with you climbing out on me, Missy. Come here. Come here. We think that the light grays are possibly linked to if they have a white gene, because it seems that most of the light grays come from dogs that have the white gene. So I think, and again, I don't know for sure, but I think that the light grays come from that. So sometimes I am trying to get light grays, and I'll bring two dogs together knowing that they both have that gene, because I'm hoping that I'm going to get something else.
On some Thursday Live, could you bring two adult grays to compare the light and the dark to show us the difference?
Yes, to think like, oh yeah, with somebody, that's easy. Yeah, we definitely can do that. Maybe next week we'll just do that. It won't be our topic, but maybe next week I can do that just so you guys can see them.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What are some of your favorite Klee Kai cat moments?
Well, the Klee Kai cross, of course, is like this famous, if you're on Instagram at all, you know all about it. But the Alaskan Klee Kai are very well known for crossing their paws, and a lot of people call it the Klee Kai cross. And so, of course, that's cute. And we see that in little puppies, like 5, 6, 7 weeks old, we see them already crossing their paws. So that's super, super cute. Another thing that we see that, I don't know if it's really cat-like, but maybe it's Klee Kai-like, is that they will, they'll be playing with each other, and what they do is they swing their back hips around so that their rear end swings and hits the dog that they're wrestling. And that is something that we see often with the Klee Kai. And I didn't realize that it was really a Klee Kai thing until recently when we were asked about it, because I just thought it was a dog thing. I mean, we've had these guys for so many years. But literally, anytime they wrestle around, they just will swing their butt around and knock out their opponent.
Can green eyes appear in black puppies? And can they get other colors than green, brown, blue, and hazel?
So, I mean, those are pretty much the colors that they can get. And we have seen the hazel eyes in a black puppy, and maybe we would call it green, but I think they turn hazel once they get to be a little older. So I would say green is probably only going to be red or a white dog, and then the hazel we've seen in the browns, the grays, the blacks, all of them. Come lay down, Mama.
I'm looking into getting a Klee Kai one day. I would possibly like to go on short bike rides with them. Would a mini be up for a short bike ride?
Yes. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Not a problem at all. Thank you, Rick. Thank you.
Do you have any suggestions for to address teething or play biting?
Of course, you're always going to want to replace whatever it is that they're chewing on with something that they can chew on. And you're going to want to give them okay, can you please stop? I can't talk. Give them as many different types of teething toys that you can, because this breed gets bored really fast. So they get tired of things and they don't chew on them like they should because they're bored of them. Come lay down. And so you want to be able to do all of that. You also want to give them things that are going to last a long time. So like the frozen Kongs or the stuffed things that you can fill and keep them busy for a long time is going to really help with their teething. What else? On biting on you, definitely just positive reinforcement and take your hand away and give them something to chew on. Also, a tired dog is a good dog. So the more tired that your puppy is, the more likely that they're going to teeth and chew, well, not teeth, but chew on things less because they're going to be tired. And mental stimulation is going to help tire them out. So give them things that is going to do that.
That was from Jack Terranova. Ziggy's teething. What is the typical neck size? I'm looking at bandanas.
So as far as an adult, you're going to want usually, I would say 14 inches, pretty standard for most of our dogs. If they're really small, you can go 12 inches, and if they're really, really big, 16. But most of them are 12. I mean, it's 14. So I would say, get over here. 14 to 16 if you have a mini to standard.
What is the typical length?
Length of the dog?
The dog.
It's going to be slightly longer than their height. So depends on their height. So if they're 14 inches, they're probably going to be 14 and a half to 15 inches long. So that's what they should be. Some can be a little bit longer. Siggy's longer. Like if you look at Siggy's body, she's way too long for what she should be. She's like an inch and a half longer than she is tall. But that's what they should be. And some are a little more boxier too. So some are going to be the same amount as height as they are in length. Honey, I think Kiana wants to go out. He won't even relax. Maybe he's got to go potty. Go potty. Go potty. Go. Thank you, honey. All right.
Do you keep training them even when they're adults?
No, I don't. I mean, as long as they know the basics and Kiana's coming to you, hon. Alexis.
Oh, hi, handsome.
As long as they are obedient and what they're supposed to be, he's gonna knock it down.
Hey.
Then I don't. But if they are not obedient, then of course I'm gonna keep doing that until they are obedient. And the problem is that I don't want them to get over here, lay down. I don't want them to not behave, but at the same time, I don't have enough time in the day to train everybody to be circus act. You know, sorry, I'm so distracted today. I've got this TV in front of me that I keep wanting to watch, and I'm not looking at the camera, and I've got dogs everywhere. I'm like so distracted. So I'm like so excited to see what's on there. But no, I don't normally. Once I'm satisfied with their training, I stop there. I love to talk too much too.
You like to talk about one thing for way too long.
Do we
I have one more question.
Okay.
Can you tell us about New Vet?
Yes, New Vet's amazing. So we use New Vet. We've used it on every dog, especially Kika. When we first got her, that was the first one to get on them. But when she got older specifically is when I really, really became a diehard fan of theirs, because they worked like a super drug for Kika. You know, she didn't feel up to coming out of her crate. She wouldn't go up the stairs. And I could tell when I would forget to give her her vitamin because she just didn't have the energy. She was getting old. She just didn't feel good. But as soon as she had her vitamins, she felt like a young dog again, and she had the energy, and she was excited to come out of her crate. It was still hard for her to go up the stairs, but at least she wasn't kind of down in the dumps. So it's a great immune booster for puppies. So it helps if you guys have dogs with watery eyes. It helps with that. It helps with their skin and their coat to help make it shiny and not be itchy and flaky. It helps with just boosting their immune system in general. But I have a whole pamphlet on it on my website that you guys can also see. And they sell a lot of different things. So we just use the wafers. And so it's one wafer a day. It's for puppies, we break it in half just so it's easier for them to chew it. But one wafer a day, and they also have like powders and things for cats and all kinds of stuff. But I highly recommend that you get your dog on a vitamin to help with suppressing any problems that they're going to have. It's also, I think, even for fleas. I don't use it for fleas because we use Advantix, but it does help with that stuff as well. So read the information on my website about them.
We have 2 more questions.
Okay.
Now. I know this breed is high energy, so is this breed good for agility competitions?
Oh yeah, for sure. So they can do great in agility. You just don't want to start agility too early because agility is a lot of jumping and a lot of stress on their joints. And so you want to wait until their growth plates have closed before you get them into any of that stuff. But definitely they can excel in that. And it's really good because they can become tired. And they become even more obedient with you, and it's a very good bond with you and your dog. So definitely something that you should look into. There's a lot of places, even out here in Riverside, we have places that have setups in their backyard, and of course everything's closed right now, but where you can do different courses with your dog and training for your dog. In fact, even when Alexis and Braden were younger, we took the dogs and let the kids learn some things. Do you remember that, Lex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with the weight pulling and everything.
Yeah, weight pull too. Weight pull was another good one.
ago, I thought about adding a Klee Kai puppy to our pack. Do you think a year is long enough to wait, or should I wait longer?
I guess it depends on that dog. If the puppy is, you said 2 years old.
Yeah.
If that dog is already bonded with you and is not needing a lot of training and is social and that type of thing, then you don't need to wait super long. But if you're having problems with the dog and you're having to retrain as if it's a new puppy, then it might be probably more beneficial if you waited a little while. But it just depends on that dog and the situation. Most Klee Kai actually love having a companion that's another Klee Kai, but you also want your dog to bond with you before it bonds with another dog. So you just need to make sure they're bonding with you first. They're obedient. Obviously, if they're 2 years old, they're trained and they aren't having any type of issues. And then I don't think you have a long time to wait. However, in general, there's long wait lists for puppies, so keep that in mind too. Hey, honey, can you just let Nola and Nova in?
Yeah.
Thanks.
When you retire your dogs, do you keep them in your house or do you find them new homes?
It depends. Usually, no. There's only a few that we've kept that will stay here forever. But because we just don't have enough time in the day, we want our dogs to be able to have the best life and be able to be loved like unconditionally without everyone else hogging for the same love and attention, then we do try to just find them a good home, and usually it's for free, very, very small amount if anything. But of course there's a way for me to screen and make sure that they're going to the right home. Sometimes they even go to families with a cat when they've never seen a cat before, and they do great, which is really surprising because sometimes you think, oh, they're gonna be, hey Nollies, that they might attack the cat or something, but they seem to do fine. All right, where's the other bones? I gotta find more bones for everybody. Diamond's a bone hog.
Oh, that was cute!
Darn it!
I missed
not
it.
on there either. I'm gonna throw their bone in there, and that way they have to go in there. Put it down below.
I did.
You guys missed it. Nova just dived into the pool. Here, no. You guys have to go get them. You gotta work for it.
Nala can't even pick it up.
That was cute. Nova did it when we weren't on there. Oh well. Okay.
Nala can't pick up the blue one, it's stuck in there.
Aw. She'll get it. Look. She got it. Hi, baby.
No, she'll just chew on it in there.
Hi, Nova. Hi, those are my babies. She's like, oh, I'll just stay right here. Diamond, you better only have one of them. Is it in the bowl? Where's the other one? Okay, questions?
Yes.
She got it. Oh, don't take it. Where's yours?
Is there a story behind why you chose the name Kika for your dog, or was it just a cute name that you liked?
Yeah, there was no story. It was just a cute name that we liked, and it stuck. Sorry, I'm not looking at you guys. I'm trying to find the other bone. But no story.
Okay.
Oh, it's right here.
How do you teach them to do agility?
You will go to an agility course, and honestly, it's been years since we've done it. But in the beginning, it's a lot of praise and a lot of reward, and your dog will be on leash while you teach them the basics. It's also important for your dog to already know basic commands and be obedient to you, because if they're not, then you're not going to be successful. Here, Nova, here, Mama. And so there will be an instructor, and they'll walk you through the certain commands and the names that you're supposed to be using for the different courses. And a lot of it's just fun. But this breed is just like so happy to please you that whatever they can do to make you happy, they're going to do it. As long as they are somewhat obedient and they respect you, they're pretty successful. But you have to go to a class to learn so that you know how to teach them.
How do Klee Kai react to other dogs, like breeds?
It depends on their socializing. So if they're not social with other dogs and they haven't gone out and been introduced to them, they don't like them. They can be kind of prejudiced to their own breed. But if you socialize them and take them out and introduce them to other types of dogs, small dogs, big dogs, then they really love companionship with not just people, but with other dogs as well. But it just depends on you and how much you socialize them.
When do you retire your dogs?
Oh, it depends. So every dog's a little different. Girls is definitely a lot earlier than boys. And the girls usually 6-ish, maybe 7 if I'm pushing it. Boys, they can go 10, 11 years. You done? Are you done?
How much time, minutes, hours a day, per day, should a 4-week-old puppy exercise? And what about adults?
A 4-week-old puppy?
That's what they said.
A 4-week-old puppy is really not going to exercise very much at all because they're barely learning to walk. So at 4 weeks old, they're just getting their feet underneath them and moving around, but they can't go outside. They're too young and they're still nursing off of their mom. So maybe you mean 8-week-old?
Maybe.
Okay. Who's shredding something?
Well, and an adult.
Oh, adults. So adults is usually, I would say, an hour a day total exercise as far as physical exercise. And then for other exercises, mental stimulation. Huh?
She's looking over.
All right, put it on the ground.
I don't think you can see her.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you can. She's in the bin.
So for adults, an hour a day of physical, and then as far as mental, it's about the same. So mental exercise is going to be like the puzzle treats, things to work their brain and give them that stimulation that they need. That's also exercise, and it tires them out too. So if you have a combination of throughout the whole day, you've got an hour of both. Well, Nova went in to go get the bone. That's not going to be good. Get out of there. Then you'll be great. And there are going to be days whenever you can't even do that hour, and that's okay. But for the most part, if you can do the hour, you're going to have a pretty tired dog, and a tired dog is a good dog.
I know we talked about this a little bit, but Joanna asked, can a Klee Kai puppy adjust to living with cats?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We have a lot of, hi, are you kidding me? Your toy? We have a lot of families that have cats, and they do find them at home.
Other than simply exposing, what techniques do you recommend to get your puppy socialized and comfortable with new situations when they're older?
When they're older, you have to be consistent and start getting them into it, of course, but you said besides that, it's going to be a lot of praise, and I mean, the only way you're going to be able to do it is if they are older, is you're going to have to introduce them to that, and you're going to have to keep introducing them to that until they get comfortable, and you're going to have to do a lot of reward and a lot of praise, and repetitiveness. You're going to have, that's the only way, because you've already missed that window of opportunity for the socializing and getting them used to all of those things. And so now it's going to take a lot longer for you to be able to get them into that situation where they're actually comfortable. So it's going to just take longer, but it is a lot of consistency and positive reinforcement, reward.
She did mean 8-week-old.
Okay, what was the question? Oh, they have exercise. So 8-week-old puppies don't need very much at all. They sleep a lot. So mental stimulation is a different story. So mental stimulation you're going to want to do, I would still say probably an hour a day, but you're going to break that up. Maybe not an hour, maybe 30 minutes. You're going to break it up though, because at 8 weeks old, they can't really retain much after 5 minutes. They go, oh, squirrel, and they're gone. So, and then physical, it's hard for us to really say because ours gets so much exercise just between each other. I would guess probably in the 30 minutes as well. But even that, I mean, they'll take more. Like you can do more, but it's not necessary. But if you go on a couple of walks a day, it also depends on your home. Like if you have a big yard and you could play with them outside and you have kids that are chasing them, then that's great. But if you don't, you have to physically go out and walk them, then you're going to have to probably do 2 or 3, maybe even 4, 10, 15-minute walks, just so that they can go potty and everything. So it just depends on your situation.
No, it looks so funny trying to get the bone. How do you ship your puppies? Don't they bark a lot? And where do they, like, where would you put them?
I ship my puppies. I ship them whenever they go to a family, then they're going to go on the airplane by themselves with United Airlines or American Airlines. And that is something that the owner pays for, and they go in the cargo facility, and the cargo facility is temperature regulated and pressurized, of course, for pets. So they're not in the cabin with the general passengers. They will go on their own underneath the plane. And then as far as where they, what was the other part of that?
You answered.
Do they bark a lot? Oh, do they bark a lot?
Don't they bark a lot?
Even if they did bark a lot, no one's going to hear them. The planes, the engines are really, really loud. The truth is this: if you're shipping a puppy to a family, they aren't barking because they're scared of the airplane. They are barking because they are mad that they are in a crate by themselves, and that's why they're mad. So a lot of people wonder, is it cruel? You know, how are the puppies going to respond whenever you get your puppy? You become the hero whenever you get your puppy from the airport, because you've saved them, not from the airplane, but you've saved them from that horrible crate all alone. And so they do just fine. We've been shipping dogs since we've been breeding dogs, and we've never had a problem. So I think they're good.
When will we see Marshmallow, and when will you share your channel name?
Oh my God, I almost got distracted. What time is it?
7:26.
Oh, okay. So, see, I get so distracted because I love that you guys ask all these questions.
That was Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine. See, by the way, thank you, Catherine. I appreciate you so much. So I asked Catherine if she would help us out because she's on here every week consistently, and she's been on our waiting list for a pretty long time now. And so she has been helping us starting today, and I just want to say thank you. So shout out to Catherine. So I am going to put these girls out in the play yard real fast. We will get Marshmallow out, and at the same time, we will talk about the name. So we did pick a show name. If you guys were here last week, you know we asked you guys for show names, and we did pick one, and so we're going to announce that, and hopefully whoever gave us that suggestion is on here, because we are going to send them a special gift. So let me grab these phones and make them all follow me. Come on.
I'll switch it to Siggy.
Yeah.
When we're back.
And we are back. She says, quit holding me like that. Put me down. All right, I'm going to hold one at a time so you guys can see. This one is little Mellow. So these are two girls. This is, I don't know how I'm good. Yeah?
Yep.
How's the lighting?
Good.
Yay! Hopefully you guys can see eyes now. So this is Trout and Cessna's litters. Two girls, both gray and white. Both are pretty light. We talked about the light grays, right? And you see how light color they are. And she's like, quit holding me like that. Good?
Yep.
I can see it on camera. That's pretty cool. So yeah, these guys are a lot lighter than the last litter that we just had out here a little while ago. And all of this tan stuff will go away when they get a little bit older, and they'll be pretty silvery. You'll see these stripes here on their backs, and you saw how the other puppies changed so much from this color, and they still have that stripe. So these guys will still have the same thing. And they're little chunks. Marsh is a lot bigger. I don't know eye color for sure yet. They are pretty dark on Marsh. She might have a party. And then Mellow has one blue eye and I think a party eye, but again, I'm not sure yet because they're still kind of young. So Mom is brown-eyed. Hopefully they could hear that. You guys are growling at each other. You know that, right? Okay. So they are just starting to get little personalities. They're just learning about their voices and being vocal. Yeah, that was her. Yeah. In a week from now, whenever we go on, it'll be just like the last two when it was like no personality and then all of a sudden they're like all over the place. So they change like that from day to day. They just develop so much. And so that's the babies. Now we are going to announce our show name. So we talked last week about, we go live every week. We go live on Thursdays, and we should have a name for the show. It's still part of Kika's Klee Kai. We wouldn't change our YouTube name or anything, but we thought it would be really fun to name our show. And so we had a family meeting, and we crossed off a bunch, and we came up with the win. And I want to give you guys a little explanation of why some that we liked didn't make the cut. And there was a few reasons. For one, unfortunately, I named my kennel name Kika's Klee Kai. And back when I did that, I wasn't thinking about the initials that come with Kika's Klee Kai. And so, of course, it was very unintentional, but it was not necessarily the best decision. So, of course, there's no relation there. But again, I didn't want to repeat that again. And so I didn't want my name to have 3 Ks in that. So unfortunately, we had to cross some of those off because of that. The other thing that was really important to me is that I wanted it to have Klee Kai in the show name because as much as I want to believe everybody knows Kika's, not everybody does, but people will know Klee Kai. And so I wanted it to have Klee Kai in there. And then we let the kids jump in and help with their ideas. And so we came up with, oh, and by the way, we did ask an attorney about this because the name that we picked, I can't talk with you barking. No. You telling them. You telling them. The name we picked is very, very close to a pretty popular or maybe not so popular show, famous show. So you probably can guess it by now. But we did talk to an attorney about this and make sure that we were safe, and we are safe. So we are now Keeping Up with the Klee Kai show. And so we thought that was super cute. We like it. It's catchy. A lot of people think, when you think about Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the gossip and the drama and the crazy. Well, we're probably some of all of that. Hopefully we're not part of the gossip, but it's out there. And so Keeping Up with the Klee Kai is the new show name. And so the person who suggested that was Scott Hackett. So Scott, if you are on here, please let us know. I hope you are. But thank you for that suggestion. And we are going to send you a book. It is the Zach George book. We're going to send that to you because you are on our waiting list, and that way you will have a book to be prepared for when you get your puppy, and hopefully you will be able to know how to train it before you even get it. So anyways, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys and your suggestions last week, and I do also, you guys are too loud. I do also want to give away a few things. So I didn't say it earlier just because we had, what?
Kylie just left.
Well, we're going to do it. We only have a little bit of time, so it won't take too long. Right? Sorry. Alexis needed help, but they just left to go get us food. So I have a mask and a decal that we're going to give away. And so if you guys are new and you haven't been on our channel before, never, then I want you to type new in the comments below and your email address if you are interested in getting a mask. So if you're new, and then open to everybody. I'm not even going to have everybody else put their names, Alexis. I want you to.
Eric's going to do it.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. So if you are new, again, oh, Scott's on here. Yay! Thank you, Scott. Okay, so if you guys are new, please type new. And then.
And your email.
And your email address. And we have a mask. And we will mail it off to you in the next couple of days. So.
If you don't feel comfortable putting your email, feel free to email us. Our email is on the screen.
And we can do it that way. And then we are going to send a rhinestone decal, which my shirt has on. And so we are going to mail one of these to one of you guys. And Alexis, do you have an idea, or is it
well, we have
anybody?
I mean, we have.
Huh?
I mean, I don't know, because we have questions still, like a lot.
Okay, then I'm just gonna let Alexis pick somebody, because
you don't
Alexis,
have to be new.
You don't have to be new, and you don't have to have a puppy from us or anything. But I'm telling you guys right now, she's gonna pick people that are constantly on here, that always ask questions, that are engaged, that give thumbs up. Maybe even give a super chat, who knows? But she's going to pick one of those people. And Alexis, just put it on there and tell them to email you.
Okay.
That'll save you some time. Okay?
Okay.
So, now, go back to the questions while we work on that.
Okay. What is good for mental stimulation toys?
Oh, there's so many things. So, I actually made a video. We did it, gosh, a couple of months ago. It was one of our live streams. If you look back in our live streams, it was the Alaskan Klee Kai live stream, but it was also called Enrichment Ideas. And so in that Enrichment Ideas, you can watch that video, and I went over tons and tons of things that you guys can do for that. So I'm not going to get into great detail because it is back on the other video, and I know we have other questions, but it's there, so you could check it out there.
Do you know what the eye colors are of marshmallow?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Them two? Right in front of you.
Yeah. I just talked about it a minute ago. I think she has pretty dark eyes. I think Marsh might have a party eye, but she's probably pretty brown. And then Mellow, I can see one blue eye, but I don't know about the other one yet. It's either party eye or brown. So I don't know yet. They're not 4 weeks. So usually I don't say until about 4 weeks old.
Do you have any apps you recommend for new dog owners?
No, I don't. But if you find any, let us know. Honestly, I don't. I'm not on my phone just on apps and stuff much. I just don't have time for it. So unfortunately, since I don't have a lot of time, I don't get to do a lot of research on it. So no, sorry. Hi, pretty girl. Hi. Okay. Turn around. The people want to see you. Oh, I see that.
What do you use to de-shed?
So we also have videos on grooming, but quickly for shedding, we use a couple of different things. We use a regular slicker brush, we use a rake, we use a glove, and we use a comb. Those are our 4 tools we use every time we're grooming, and those are what you're gonna need. Don't use a Furminator because it's going to damage your dog's hair.
How big will Marshmallow be? Do you have any guesses?
I haven't weighed them this week yet. Picking on her. So I'm not positive yet, but Marsha's bigger than Mellow, so Marsha's probably going to be a standard just from looking at her, but I don't know for sure.
If we want to get one of your decals, can we purchase it on your website?
Okay, good thing you asked that because last week we had somebody ask us that. They used to be on our website. We redid our website at the beginning of the year, and it was kind of put on the back burner for a long time. And so we just recently, thanks to Alexis and Kylie, they worked on my website and they got this over to the designers, and so they are working on it. It will be on there very, very soon. But in the meantime, if you want them, all you have to do is email me, and I can give you the information and mail them off. In fact, one of our families just ordered 4, like Monday, I mailed them out. So we have them in gray and in black, and we can mail them out to you, and you could just Venmo me. And then once they get on the website, I'll let everybody know. I am also working on getting reds, but it will be a little while because when we make these, it's like 2 to 3 weeks. So it'll be a little bit.
Did Heaven already head off to her new home?
Oh, yes. Yes. Some time ago. It's been a while. In fact, this is kind of nice right now because the older puppies all left last week, over the weekend, I should say. And then Tuesday? Oh, yeah. And then Tuesday, the last 3 big ones left. And then now we just have 5.
Thank you for the super chat.
Plus Siggy's, but we just have 5 that are somewhat active. Thank you for the super chat. Who is that?
Brayden Bowen.
Oh, Brayden. Brayden just joined the waiting list. Thank you, Brayden. Does he have a question?
Well, it says, love the show and dogs. I learned quite a bit. Thank you for doing this weekly. I will definitely be on here as much as I can.
Awesome. That is awesome. Thank you. So,
hang on real quick. We had, I guess it's kind of a question.
Okay.
Or a comment. I came on late last week, so I'm still kind of new. Does it count? I would say yes.
Alexis makes the rules. I just follow, so she says yes.
Okay, we have another question. My boyfriend and I are planning on getting a puppy, and we both like water sports. My current Klee Kai is almost 3, has just started going 2. What would be a good idea to take them out on the water, like a life vest?
Yeah, definitely a life vest, and get them used to the water at a young age. So if you can, take them to water places as often as you can. And also if you have a pool, introduce them to the pool. This breed does like water, but they like it on their own terms. So you don't want to force them. But if you get them to the beaches or the lakes or wherever it is that you live where they can actually get in and out themselves, they'll actually love the water and play in it a lot. And even the little pools where they can play in it, they'll do it all on their own. But definitely a life jacket for sure, and teach them how to swim.
Well, that's kind of the next question was, do the dogs like to go swimming?
Some do, some don't. A lot of them don't swim, but they love to be in the water, like at a beach entry pool or in the big plastic pools where they can just hop in and out on their own.
all of our questions.
Awesome. So I'm gonna let you pick your winners then, because we're running out of time, huh?
47.
Oh, good. We have a little time. So I'm gonna let her pick.
Well, I haven't even seen them yet. Eric's still writing down.
Okay. Well, but he's writing down for the news or for both?
Both.
An
Okay.
intern, remember?
Interns. We got an intern in the house. So I am gonna just take a few minutes while they're trying to figure out who you guys, who gets to get these new gifts, and do my normal little thank yous for everything, and go through all of that. So I just wanted to thank all of you guys for supporting our channel and for being here every week. So many of you guys are here every single Thursday, and we love getting to know all of you guys and seeing your chats and your questions and answering them for you. Sometimes I'm kind of crazy all over the place. I apologize because this week I was distracted by that TV because I got to see all of your comments live in the moment, and that was really, really cool. So anyhow, I just wanted to say thank you and show our appreciation for that. And of course, for our appreciation, Alexis, we didn't open the toys for the puppies.
Really quick,
Bummer.
some of you, your screen name is not your real name. If you could add your real name, so whenever I pick,
Yeah, that's true.
I can
because
say your real name.
that is true. Look, Sean just saw, I know, Amazon box. Oh my God. Well, the puppies are I got the little ones, but I'm going to grab it anyways just so you guys could see it. See, I was going through my spiel and thinking for everything, and it clicked in my head.
Want me to grab it?
Yeah, if you can. There's
Thank you.
oh man, I get like 2 hours just isn't enough. I mean, I know it's enough, but it's just I always run out of time. It's right there. No. Oh, I don't know where this is. It was right there. Alexis, you know where they put the boxes on one?
No clue. He was supposed to come and learn with me. He didn't even come down.
There you go. I don't know. I probably shouldn't be leaving this frame. Ethan. Remember whenever you helped me move? Get the things? Houston, we have a problem. We lost the box. All right, I'm
Okay,
searching, but Alexis is working on her thing. So
I'm ready.
We forgot. Okay.
okay. For the new people, I'm gonna go with Stacy Polly. And for the people that are not new, I'm gonna go with Sandy. I know she's not in there, but yay! Congratulations, guys!
I'm listening. Thank you. Congratulations. I'm really, really not. How does the box just disappear?
I don't know.
Well, it was on the counter. I would ask the other kids, but they left to go get us dinner. And I don't know where it is. It was up there on the counter, and it was an open box. Because I had to get the things out. It was an open box. I think my husband found it. So we're going to grab that. Okay, so congratulations to Sandy and to Stacy Polly. So do you have both of their emails?
I'm pretty sure they're both on the list. Stacy said she's on the list, and I'm like 90% sure that Sandy's on the list, but I also have her email.
Okay, perfect.
I actually have both of their emails, so we're good.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll get those mailed off to you guys, and I'm thinking my husband found the box. I think somebody put it in my office, so we'll get to it in a minute, I promise. No? No. That is so bizarre. I'm kind of puzzled. Okay, well, what we got, I bought something that I've never bought before, and we have to find it. So it's the a little suction cup on one side, and it sticks to the floor, and then it has a rope with a ball, and the ball has bells in it, and I heard it because I checked it out earlier. And then we got them treats, and we got them the lick mats. So lick mats is something I've wanted to try for a long time. They actually have a sticky back on one side, and like say you have a puppy that hates the bath or hates grooming, and you're trying to groom them, and this mat it's a very thin.
Hey.
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Stacy said she got her first puppy from us in 2007.
Yeah, she did.
I did not know that.
She did.
That's awesome, and now she's on the list for another.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. Congratulations on your mask. I did not know that. I was excited.
Yeah. So anyways, the lick mats, you can put peanut butter or dog treats on there that are. Yeah. Where was that?
It was in the garage.
You guys thought I was lying and I didn't buy them anything, huh? All right, let's see. I want the puppies to see this. Okay, let's see how this is. I have no idea if this is gonna stick. These guys are a little too small for this, but I thought this would be pretty cool.
Maybe a cat toy.
It's not a cat toy, it's for dogs. It even has the things where you can put the treats in the little teeth. And this is really good for teething. So you guys talk about mental stimulation and for working their brains. I don't know how I didn't read any directions, but this will actually, can they see that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that thing is stuck on there. Heck yeah, they might pull up my floor. Okay, cool. So this is really good because they can put the treats in here, and these little things will help clean their teeth, and it's gonna work their brain, and they are gonna fight for this. We should let Nova and Nala in just before we close out the stream and see what they do with it. And then we bought them some lick mats. So these, I've been wanting to try these. These guys, I'll let you know how they are after I try them. But they, you see these little mats? So you put their peanut butter, or they sell a lot of there is a lot of recipes online, and there's a lot of things that you can buy that is like the really soft, smooth texture that you can rub on here, and it takes them a long time to actually get everything out. And so these mats are great to keep your dog busy whenever you're needing to groom them, whenever you need to brush them, whenever you need them to stay entertained and you are busy. So I wanted to try those because it'll be interesting to see. And then I got them turkey tendons. I know the dogs already love these, so I got them those. That's what we got. So thank you guys for supporting us. I will have to use these next week. I will figure out what recipe or something to put in there for them and see how they like it. In the meantime, I'm going to grab the dogs and see what they think of this toy. Thank you, honey. You're the best. I'm going to put some treats in there, though. Look. Nada. Don't hurt the babies. Those babies are little. Look. Hold on, let me. Honey, can you take them? I don't want her to jump on them and hurt them. I'm gonna put the. Okay, so the sticky mats are for a couple of things. Mental stimulation, and it's going to keep them busy because they have to work at getting the treat or the food out of the mat, because the way those mats are is they're very, very thin. So there's just this really tiny little thin plate, and inside there they have these little knobs, and inside those knobs is where the food's gonna get stuck. And so they have to work to get the treat or the food, and it's mental stimulation. But it also will keep them entertained for a long time while you're trying to groom your dog or cut their nails or give them a bath, because they can stick on the walls of your shower, your sink. And, oh, thank you, Mommy. And so, yeah, it's a great form of mental stimulation and keeping them busy. And you can also freeze them. So you could put something that is a little moist and freeze it, and then give it to them, which is kind of like the Kong idea, where they have something that's frozen and the Kong, and it'll take them a long time.
How's Nova's training going?
Oh, it isn't. It's not going.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. And it's not her fault. It's not going anywhere. It is just, we're overwhelmed. We're so busy. We have so many puppies and so much going on that it hasn't gone anywhere. She is getting crate trained. I guess there's that.
Barely.
That's about it.
She's barely getting crate trained.
Hey, but I don't give in. And she's learning. Nova. Nova. Hi, Mommy. She does know her name. She comes whenever she's told. She's not too sure on this. She's like, hey. Can you get Nala?
Hey, leave the phone alone.
Come here, Mama. Come here. You're a good girl. You listen at least, huh? You listen at least. Yeah. What else? Let's see if Nova likes it. Nala likes it. And then, do we have any questions?
I did them all.
Awesome.
We have a minute left.
Okay. Oh my God, this is so exciting. So I guess if we have no questions.
Oh, we have one now.
Oh, look at who's on here. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you were on here earlier, Jennifer, but I hope you see what I have. I had it out early.
Oh, there she is. Hang on, I switched you over. Let me switch you back. There you go.
Look at this. Jennifer's on, and she is the one who sent us this amazing gift, her and her family, from the puppy and them. And so I just saw her name pop up, so I wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you. We love it. I love it.
Yeah, don't say we.
They do love it. They all steal my water now. Okay.
What toys or activities do you suggest to relieve the puppy's digging urge?
Digging is something that we struggle with here too, and I don't really have an answer to that one, except for keeping your dog tired and not bored, because I feel like they are digging because they're bored, and then they just get into things. But they also will dig because there's worms, which is so disgusting. But there's worms and little bugs inside the dirt, and so that's sometimes while they're digging as well. So try keeping your puppy tired and busy so that they don't have any free time to just dig in the yard, if you're talking about a little jet already digging. Can they see Nova? She's checking it out.
You mean Nala?
Oh yeah, Nala.
I put it on the floor so they can see her. You're in your bubble.
Hi, Mommy. Did you see that? Did you see you got a new toy? Did you see your new toy? Did you see it? All right, I guess we're done, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are done for tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be here again next week. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please take a second and hit that subscribe button so you're notified whenever we go live. Are you ready, Lex?
Yep.
And until next time, let me tell her, wait, you gotta say goodbye. Bye.